yourself a better guitar player with Van Halen Unchained. Love this thing when it came out, so powerful and huge. What's happening here is we have drop D tuning, and we're even starting 1/2 step low. So this would be a C sharp note, for example, and then a G sharp and another C sharp, and so on. With that, it's all a lot of D's. On the amp setting that I have on the Spark practice amp, it's just got a little bit of phaser. Super slow movement and very light, so you don't want it to overpower everything. Okay, so it starts off on a D chord, and they're doing it like this. Eddie is doing it like this: 5th fret, 7th fret, 7th fret, 7th fret, and then adding the pinky to the 8th fret of the B string. Now this is a big stretch, and adding the pinky is kind of tough. A lot of times I like to cheat on this and just do it with skip out on this guy here, and just do the pointer finger across 7, 7, 7. Like that. Almost sounds the same. This is just an extra copy of the D note that's already being played here. Just adds a little more thickness to it, not a major deal. So feel free to do whichever one you like. When he goes to these lower ones, he does the same type of a thing with a flattened finger and adding the middle finger in front. He does it on the 3rd fret, and then the 5th fret, and then back to the 7th fret. Now with the 7th, it goes 7 and goes up to 8 and doesn't go back down. This one. Now, it's important to note here that these guys are major chords. This is the D major chord right here, this 7, 7, 7, that's a D major. The reason why this is a D major chord is the note D, and it critically has this note in it, the 7th fret of the B string. When you cover that up, which he does, he zips in and out, he changes the D chord to a D suspended 4 chord. This is the suspended 4, and this is the D. Very, very common technique and all sorts of stuff. So it's really good to know what's going on here. And he's doing that on the B flat chord, B flat suspended, C chord, C suspended, and so on. Now this part gets tough. You have an F chord. It hits this chord with the suspended going, and then it goes 11, 10 to 10 here. And it's kind of sloppy in the chord on purpose. So you have these guys, right? I want to do this with my pointer finger because it's way easier. But to switch back and get this chord is tough. So you kind of want to do it this way. But I found kind of a cheat on this one, and what you could do, and I didn't play it when I played it, but you could go, if you're careful, you can hit the middle finger at the 8th fret on the 2nd string and hit the open skinny string, and you get the sound of this chord. And it's much easier to play. So that's your cheat for the day. I always like to do things that's easier on my fingers, and that one sounds really good. I mean, this guy, the middle finger with the open E string, sounds even better to me than this. That's a little muffly, where this sounds real bright and open. It's also a little tricky to keep it in time to do that. It doesn't just roll off your fingers, so it takes a little practice, okay? Keep in mind you're always bouncing on this low D string, and you can hear the flanger or phaser just going a little bit in the background. Anyway, then you get to the next section, which is going from the 3 to the 5 on the A string with the open D. So you have 3, 5, open D, and then 3. And then you slide up from 3 to 5 on the A string, but use your 3rd finger, because you're going to, after you hit this note, you're going to play 3 and 3 here. And then you're going to slide up again 5 to 7 and do the opposite order. Instead of going 7, 5, 5, you're going to go 7, higher 5 to middle 5. Like that, okay? Do it real slow. And then you have this part where you go up here and you go to the 10th fret, you slide up, and you hit it twice. So 10th fret, and then you hit this guy, which is the, this is actually a C major chord. You're hitting the 8th fret of the 2nd string, and then hitting the rest of the C chords, was 9 and 10 here. So these are real common chords, but kind of cool fingerings in between the high gain and the phaser thing going on there. It just sounds super powerful and cool. As always, appreciate your thoughts on this and your like and subscribe.